We can provide in East Germany the highest standard of incentives you can get in the European Union. Basically, we have on the one hand the subsidies which help you by the cost of investment. Small companies can get 50% cash back from the cost of investment, and the big companies, the big international companies, get about 30–35% cash back of the investment cost. That's the one point. Second aspect is we have different incentive programs concerning labor force, training programs paid by federal government or the Agency of Labor in Germany. We have some wage incentives which helps you to pay the wages in the first 2 years of your operation. And the third important thing is that we have many different schemes which help companies in the R&D aspect, research and development. That is some loan systems, some direct subsidies, some research and development programs tackled on different technologies, and there's a wide range of government help. And on the other hand, East Germany is a place where business is really welcome. The East Germans are very keen to redevelop their country. They know what it means after a socialistic economy to emerge as a new market economy, and they did a very lot. And the labor force is very motivated, engaged, and really highly flexible.
What sort of small to medium-sized companies would you like to see come from the Southeast? What are your target companies in your visit here?
Basically, most interesting is, I think, is East Germany in the field of technology-oriented companies. Germany has a good research landscape, and all technology-related companies find very good locations aspects in East Germany. Good infrastructure, highly qualified workforce, and a good research landscape all over the country. Let's start with the IT companies. Dresden area is the place in Europe with the highest density of IT companies all over Europe. It's the most important place in Europe. Automotive sector. We have the area around Leipzig with Porsche and BMW. We have Chemnitz area with Volkswagen, and we have General Motors with Opel and Eisenach, and we have a really good automotive cluster now. Pharmaceuticals, chemical industry, chemical triangle in Saxony-Anhalt, and for example optoelectronics, which is very strong in Jena. They are engaged in the field of satellite techniques and in very specialized optoelectronic technologies. And of course, also heavy engineering is a big field.
Do you have programs that help train the specific skills that are needed by a company?
Yes. I will give you an example. When BMW came to Leipzig, they need 4,000 people working for them. And we did with them a great training scheme. On the one hand, to qualify people, on the other hand, to help people coming out of unemployment to be reintegrated into the workforce of such a big company. And there was different governmental schemes which were agreed with BMW from our federal labor agency to help them to qualify the people they need. And we did the same for DHL and for many other companies.
We remember that when the wall came down and the policies to re-establish Eastern Germany, there was a lot of skepticism in the West. How does that stand now? Has that abated? Is there a little less skepticism now that the infrastructure is in place and you have this foreign investment?
I think the picture has really changed. And the best experience you can make if you just, on the one hand, visit East Germany and then go on to Poland, Hungary and other states. And you see a really huge difference. East Germany is very far off if you compare it with other Central European and Eastern European countries. And many West German people, if they visit the East German cities, for example, are really surprised because 75–80% of the building stock have been renovated. many of the East German cities have really good preserved old city centers, and they are very often much more interesting than the city centers in West Germany, because in the 50s and 60s we don't care much about preservation of buildings. In East Germany all the building stock remained because there was no investment during the socialistic era, and now we could renovate all these old building stocks, and the city centers in East Germany are really very nice and very fine now and attractive. If you look at pictures from Dresden, of Leipzig, of Rostock, and many others of the cities, and the picture has really changed, and those change also how the people feel about it.
What other countries besides the U.S. are taking an interest in Eastern Germany?
Of course, it is some European countries. United Kingdom is pretty strong, France, Scandinavia, Japan, and even countries like India are now interested in East Germany. We had 2 weeks ago I was on a tour to Delhi and Mumbai, and we met some Indian companies. For example, some companies engaged in solar industry, photovoltaics. And they thought about what to do. We want to become a global company. We are now in India. And they did 2 things. They established a factory in the United States, in California, and they established a factory in the Dresden area. Because Dresden and East Germany is a good place if you want to tackle the European market. It's in the middle of Europe, in the heart of Europe. You have all the amenities you have in the old West European Union member states. And East Germany has a good connection to East Europe. There are many people, for example, speak Russian language, or Polish language, or Czech language. And this historic links from the socialistic era now helps also to implement new economic relationships to East European countries. And therefore East Germany is a good location to business in Western Europe and also in Eastern and Central Europe. And that is a very strong point. And especially in the field of renewable energy, East Germany is a really powerhouse in Europe now. 50% of all solar photovoltaic things in Germany were done in East Germany. More than 50% of all wind energy is manufactured in East Germany. And renewable energy is a really strong aspect of economic manufacturing development in East Germany. And there are many locations now. And we have research capacities, we have universities working very strong in this field, and there's a really good mixture between the research field landscape on the one hand and the companies who came here and developed this fast emerging market.
When you were first approached by Indian companies, were you surprised?
Yes, a little bit, because normally you think about India, a country where we invest from Germany, but we learned, and we made a research about it, that in the last 2 years more Indian money came to Germany than German money came to India. And India is becoming, as China, a global player, and they are very interested where to come, which location is the best if you want to enter European market. And most foreign investment is driven by the question to enter the European market, find the good location for it, you look for good infrastructure, research, and R&D capacities, and you look for a workforce that is flexible, motivated, with tax to the company, with a very low fluctuation. The people really like to stay with the company they are in, and this gives a good environment. And we have the incentives, that helps, of course.
Tell us a little bit about this trip. Are you on a tour of the United States?
Yeah, we do 3 cities. We started in Toronto, and we have been in Houston yesterday, and today we came to Atlanta. We chose Houston and Atlanta because Texas and Georgia are very fast-growing economic places in the United States, one of the fast-growing even in all of American continent, and many people go to Chicago and New York. We feel that Atlanta and Houston are very good places because there the economic dynamism is pretty strong, and also technology-related companies are pretty strong here, and they are the partners we are looking for investment in Germany, East Germany.